Who are those guys?
Your brothers?
No. Yes! I get him to get on my nerves. Who are those guys? I couldn't do that. Could you do that? How can they do that? Who are those guys?
The fucking DIAZ brothers!
Connor, I know the media has a ton of questions for you, so I just want to ask you, what do you think of this turnout?
Yeah, fuck the DIAZ brothers, yeah? Fuck those cockroaches!
Are we live?
Connor, I...
CG.
It's the Diaz Brothers Show, live from Studio C out in Brookfield, Illinois. Tonight, we're going to have Dan Lawless on the show, talking about hot babes and how to draw. So without further ado, here they are, Phil Diaz and not Brandon Diaz. Hello, hello. Welcome to the show. It is I, Phil, here with no brother. I don't even have the sign on. Look at this. Look at this. The sign's not on. Can you guys hear me in the chat? Breaking the fourth wall. What a disgraceful start to the show. No Brandon, just Phil. We got a lot of people in the chat here. Already over 20 people. Thank you guys for being here. What is up? I froze. All right. Corey Barton is here. What is up, Corey? Of course, every time we start streaming, the internet takes a dump. Rand Nada is in the chat here. Very special show today. Nick Gear is here. Shant is in the chat. What is up, Shant? He says Gross Point Dank. It's there you go. Why don't I have a wrench? This is outrageous. I could give Shant the wrench. Let me see. Let me go back here, see if I could find Shant. Good friend of the show. Oh, you know what it is? I'm not signed in over here, so I'll have to do it on my other screen. Sumo Thori is here. The Beam Pad, Jaro, colorist extraordinary and artist extraordinary. Infinity, Survive Infinity, home from work, ready to start. CGIF. Hail Zaid Comics, hail the chat. Yes, yeah, we have a CGIF. This is the start of it tonight. It is Friday, and as you know, we premiered it last week. The CGIF primetime lineup card, of course, always starts with the Diaz Brothers show. And then tonight at 9 Eastern, Brandon and I will be on Ott and Stuff with Joe and Sean, and then it goes on and so forth. Let me scroll down here. See if people, I'm getting no complaints about audio, which is good. Gonna be great to see Dan Lawless draw some babes. Of course, we're gonna be talking about babes, how to draw them, what makes them appealing in comics. Ryan Johnson's in the chat. What is up, Ryan?
What's up?
He says, you're back, Phil. I'm back. It's good to be back. You know, yesterday we did a stream, just Brandon and I, because someone rescheduled on us. And we got a lot of viewers on that. So it's awesome to see the channel growing. You guys coming in, hanging out. It's always great. But I am not alone today. You know, Brandon will be coming by. He had to run down to the arcade because I guess some cops were over there needing to see surveillance camera footage, which happens a lot actually. But because we have cameras around the facility. So he'll be back when he gets back. But I'm not alone, guys. It's me, no Brandon, but of course we have our producer, Stan. What's up, Stan? How you doing? It's good to see you there. Well, Stan, he's not in a good mood today. He's in a grumpy mood, but always great to have you. Everybody's a fan of Stan. Stan in the corner, wearing that Hawaiian lei in celebration of CG Vacation, which is live on Indiegogo right now. Talk about that a little tonight. Johnny Cage is in the chat. Audio is too good. I don't like to have my expectations subverted like that. Well, we run a tight ship here. What can I say? Henry Bemis is here. Angela Curry, great to see you.
What's up?
Always awesome to have you in the chat. Southern, wait a second. Now, we're all familiar with Southern Cecil, but this is Southern Cecilia. I don't know. This is maybe it's for the month of June. Maybe that's what's going on. Jay Williams in the chat as well. Ink Spots is here. That's better. Was signed into my alt account. Yeah, what's up, Ink Spots? Good to have you in the chat, man. Ink Spots colored an awesome piece for CG Vacation, so I can't wait for people to see that in the book. People dropping links. Stan is the unsung hero of the show. Yeah, he sure is. He's a good chap. All right, without further ado, guys, we got some stuff to talk about. Brandon's not here. We were going to run through some stuff before he got here, but he had to go run off and save the day with the camera situation. But we do have a special guest, as the title shows. I tweeted this out. I tagged our guests in it, so definitely retweet it. Get your buddies in here, and maybe go to other streams. Drag them back in there because this is where they should be. Dan Lawless is going to join us, and without further ado, a man that needs no introduction, but he's going to get some new intro music. If we lower the screen down right now, begin the screen lowering. Dan Lawless, come on down. There he is, the man himself. Let me make it so everybody could hear you. Dan, welcome. It's great to have you on the show. I'm sorry. That's right. I'm sorry we're down one brother, but you're going to have to just deal with me for a little bit. Hopefully he comes back soon. But Dan, dude, I know. Yeah, he waits in the wings. He's a very dark, mysterious man. He just lets me talk to everybody, which is, puts a lot of weight on my shoulders. But that's why I went to the gym earlier, so I could, carry this show, carrying the show. Yeah, well, it's like if I'm not doing that, what else am I going to do? Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Stop muting. Oh no. Brandon has shown up. Sorry. Oh, Yeah, I did. We'll pull it up in a second. Just give me a second. Hold on 1 second, Dan. No one can hear you but me, as always. Yeah, give me a second. How did we? So he's coming through StreamYards. Guys, I apologize. We always do this. Another L for Phil. They're saying, unmute Dan. I feel like I'm listening to Phil on a phone call. That's what they're saying. It's coming through here, and I have it through StreamYards. I have it. Yeah. Oh, you know what? This is why. All right, you should be able to hear him now. Dan,
Hello.
what is up?
Hey, can you hear me now, guys?
Yeah, they should be able to hear. I always forget to do one thing, and without further ado, Brandon brought me an iced tea. Thank you.
Did you bring enough for everybody?
He wants to know if you brought enough for everybody. Where's your other headphone? Here. Don't have to connect. Dan. Anyways, what were you saying, Dan?
I was saying that you had mentioned that you had found something of mine with the X-Men, Jean Grey, and it reminded me of an image that, because I did a lot of those painted cards and stuff, but I did one of trying to think of the names of Gen 13. What was Jim Lee's group? They had the redhead lady and Firestar. The guy was Firestarter or something like that. What was Jim Lee's group name? What the Wildcats? What was the
of the chicks?
The team?
Yeah. What were they? What were
From the 90s? No, someone in the show, or sorry, someone in the chat will probably know. But he did Gen 13.
Yeah. Who's the redheaded lady?
Javerson. Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know the specific names of those characters. Let's see. I'll look it up. Gen 13 redhead.
Or it could be Wildcat.
Oh, Kate Fairchild.
Yeah, Fairchild, exactly.
That's
Fairchild,
right.
and then whoever the guy was, the fire guy, whatever. I think it was a fire guy. Anyways,
Yeah,
I got a card I painted of those guys, and it's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, dude, your trading cards are out of this world. I first came to know you kind of like in CG just from being in the Barton's chats, and they were talking you up a lot, and you were in there chatting. And then I even, when I saw your work, I'm like, oh, this stuff is awesome. And I started showing my buddies like Dan Dahl, who goes by Booty Juice. He does a lot of work for us. And he was freaking out because he's like, oh, I had all those cards when I was young. Like those were amazing. And a lot of them you did with colored pencil too, to color them.
Yeah, they were all done with colored pencil. Yeah.
Which is mind blowing. Like you don't see that anymore. And I don't
Yeah.
know if I've seen that on other stuff, on other cards. But
Well, I
your
found
stuff-
this technique that worked with the colored pencil where I worked on this like frosted acetate, and it pulled the pigment. So you got a really rich color. It looked like paint.
Yeah.
But the only thing about the colored pencil, because I did that 3-part Star-Lord series where I painted all 3 comics that way.
Right.
A colored pencil does not reproduce well. That's the problem I had with it then and still now today.
Yeah.
So
no,
so
that stuff is
the Star-Lord thing
wild.
looked like crap. If you look at the original art of Star-Lord that I still have, and the reproductions just devastating. I mean, I was almost in tears when I saw the reproduction of it. I was just like, oh my gosh, this does not look like it at all. And but it really wasn't the fault. It's almost impossible to photograph color pencil and this technique and not get that texture in it. So it's weird.
Yeah, that's but I mean the cards, how did were you happy with how the cards turned out?
Yeah, because here's what the exception. If you're working double size as I was to a card, or even more than that, a large reduction does take care of the texture. So that, like the 3 covers that I did for Star-Lord, that I did them really large, and so the covers actually print pretty close to the art. They look good. It's just the other pages which didn't take as much of a reduction. That I would have needed to work much larger, which would have taken forever. So
we got a comment from Ink Spots. He says, "Yeah, that gloss is a bitch when you're scanning it."
It's not the gloss. It's the actual texture of the color pencil. You can't see it with your eye. It's weird. But I photographed it, just taking a picture, and it still looks like crap. It's weird.
Oh wow. Well, Dan, just give it a second. We have a super chat here. Sumo says, "Why is Phil denying us our bonk?" Now, I apologize. Was scrambling to get this audio corrected. I took precautions. I thought I had everything going the way it was, but Brandon wasn't here to make things better.
Yeah, it was big snafus.
And we'll talk about that. But super chat here from Sumo Thori for $5. It says, "Why are you boomering this stream so badly?" And then he says, "Bonk." It's what we do. We're still working on it. It's a work in progress, guys. Dan, I don't know if you're familiar with our streams. When we do get super chats, we what would you
honor.
say? Honor.
It's a ritual that we
ritually honor our super chatters with a bonk clip. Now, when we move over to StreamYards, you'll be able to see this. Right now, you can't see this because he's going to do some drawing for us. He's going to come into StreamYards.
Wait, is this the one when they go?
That's right. You know it. You know the bonk.
We have a show all the time, man.
Awesome. So we have a new bonk. Let's see if it's in here.
Yeah, it's an edit right.
It's right here. All right, we do have a new bonk, everybody. Now be prepared for the bonk. We made this today.
You call.
Oh man, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
So good. Are you familiar with Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dan?
I don't think so. Maybe if I saw him, but
great Cartoon Network series from probably like 15 years ago. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Very
Turn of
horror
the century.
Yeah, a horror based, I would say.
Yeah, definitely horror.
It's fun for the whole family.
Not necessarily a kid show. Whoa, Zonk greater than Bonk.
Yeah,
what
Michael Bancroft in the chat says Zonk greater than Bonk. Get this guy out of here. Yeah, I don't know about that. The audience doesn't like the Zonk. It's not going to happen.
Sounds like we got the usual suspects here.
Yeah, of course.
We got the Barton brothers. We got Bancroft. We got Sean.
Angela Curry's here as well.
Angela.
So,
hello, Angela.
Yeah. So when I saw your stuff, Dan, blown away. I mean, I'm a huge Bisley fan, and immediately I saw how you did masculine guys, muscles, jawline specifically. And that really, I'm like, oh, we got to get him to do something.
Sure.
And this was kind of the perfect opportunity because we're doing the CG Vacation book, all these pinups, and I noticed, were just kind of hanging out in the chats. You hadn't really been on a stream yet, and really wanted to get you out there, try to push you forward with some of these pieces. We did one of the characters for the Lost pages, which we haven't fully shown off, but I think I have it. We'll look at it when you jump into StreamYard.
And you guys didn't even know. I don't think when you hired me, did you know I actually did Marvel swimsuit stuff?
No, and that was a perfect transition into, I think it's this piece. Yeah. So this is, sorry, Brandon, I got to cover you up. But
all right, I think my earpiece cut out anyway.
Oh, did it? So this is the piece that you did for Marvel Swimsuit Special.
Yeah, Mary Jane. Yep.
And I think it wasn't the first one. It might have been the second or third issue of the Swimsuit Special.
Yeah, I forget exactly which one it was, but
yeah. So talk about this. Like, how did this come to be? What were you working on before you got this
honestly,
gig?
I can't remember exactly. Maybe I can I did make a schedule here once of my. I don't know if. Let's see. It doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't really matter. It was. I guess I was still at Marvel though, so I was in my sort of earlier side because I did 10 years in comics.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So let's see. And I started at Marvel, then I went to Dark Horse.
Let me see if there's a year on this piece here.
The funny story about this, though, is they had to censor it.
Yeah. So what was up with that?
The censoring was simply they closed the gap. If you look at the side, you could probably see most of her boob on the opening.
Yeah.
The one that's on the far side. So they just drew that in and closed the gap. Basically, it's too much skin, I guess. But when you're drawing these things, I tell you, you don't even think about it. because you're constructing these people like they're from a frame, and you start building muscle, and you start to build it doesn't really register to you that they're naked. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't, because you're sort of drawing them that way. You're drawing a structure, and so it didn't like, oh my gosh, she's naked. I just kind of like, okay, this looks good. I make the line there, and then I got it back, and like, oh, they kind of sensitive. I understand that they didn't want to make it, just too, that's the fine line you got to walk with these things, where you don't want to just do, trashy stuff. You want to have it kind of, a little bit of mystery to it. That's what makes it kind of course, there's not much of a mystery there, but she's not
Is that where like
molested.
that shine changes its angle of travel? Like, it starts going down on like a curve there, and then it just like jumps to a completely different angle. That's probably like where it used to
I think
be.
he's saying it's on the breast farther away from us, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you could.
That
the
was
shine
just
kind of curves down.
If you saw that, it was just the opening was more,
Yeah.
Which is, see, now here, this is what I hated about Marvel, is they changing stuff. I wish they'd send stuff back to me, because if I changed it, if I closed it as they closed it there, I would have closed it on this side as well to even it out.
Right.
It's not even really. So, they don't know what they're doing exactly usually there, and they sort of the intern, whoever's fixing things,
Yeah, people are booing at Marvel in the chat. They're booing. We appreciate.
No, I
people are saying,
understood.
"Sexy
I understood.
MJ."
They. I can totally understand why they got to protect these IPs. Of course, they don't care about that anymore, apparently. But back then, they were very specific about what these characters looked like. They couldn't go too far with them, So
Yeah, for sure. Ryan,
they
dropped in the
protected
chat
they used to protect their IPs.
Dan, they're saying that Dan is a master of the Giga Chad jawline. Are you familiar with this this type of jawline?
I think I can figure out what
Dan?
you're talking about. Yeah, the big jaw. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, and that's something that really drew me into your art. Seeing what you did with that Kozor piece that you did, and just looking through your YouTube channel, which if you guys haven't subbed to his YouTube channel, the link's down below in the description. And he's got some really cool speed drawings on there. And you do most of your stuff digitally now, is that right?
Yeah, but like I did the Two-Fisted Manly Tales story entirely digitally, and it really was really difficult. I think I'm going to go back to drawing and then coloring it, because
Oh, really?
the Kozar image is drawn and then scanned in and colored. And I think I prefer to do that, because the problem is when I do the digital is I tend to zoom in, and I spend an hour on a little face that's only like a quarter inch tall, and I don't even know it. So it just killed me. I did, to get that book done, I did 3 weeks of 16-hour days to get that 10-page story done.
Wow.
And I had to actually take time off of other work that I regular work that I do. So it was tough.
Yeah,
So
you guys.
I gotta
pretty sure.
go back to normal, which is great, because then I have original artwork. That's the thing that sucks, that I don't have originals. So
Yeah, that's the
even
thing.
with these swimsuits,
visual artwork
there's no originals for these swimsuits.
Let's see.
picture
Let's check with the chat here. I looked at Dan Lawless' piece for reference for his piece. This is Jay Williams, who did a piece for us for CG Vacation. He says he looked at your piece for a little reference and help with kind of laying out his.
That's
Which is
awesome.
really cool. Yeah.
Always important.
Yeah. Let's see. Who else did you want? Oh, Bancroft says the jaw. Basically, he's saying that the jawlines that you draw are his jawline.
Yeah,
That's
it checks out.
yeah. I don't know about that.
Maybe they're mine.
Corey Barton, I have a problem with zooming in too much digitally.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely an issue with digital drawings.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because you end up drawing something 3 feet wide, practically speaking.
Yeah.
It's like you want to draw as small as you can, because you're going to be faster that way. As a matter of fact, when I do my little sketches, when I'm working on just poses and stuff, I'll do tiny drawings on a piece of paper, like so small, because it forces you to ignore all details and you only work on the pose. It's another little trick, that I wonder if I actually got a couple of pages here.
Let's see them.
I saw this video on Twitter, and it was basically exactly what we're talking about here, except they were drawing like anime characters or whatever.
Oh wow, yeah, look at
And
that.
they were like, "Oh,
See how you can see how big they are compared to my hand.
Yeah, yeah, those things are tiny."
And so that's just basically like gesture figure drawing.
Yep, gesture
Getting
figure
those
drawing,
gestures
and
down.
I don't know how close I can get it. Does it focus?
No, that looks good.
And you can kind of see there's no detail on those because they're so small.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the size of my hand to it. And so I do a lot of those to get poses. I mean, I got pages and pages of them. Just stacks. That's another little trick, to learn.
Cool. Well,
Draw small.
let's jump you over to StreamYards. We'll take a little commercial break here. Guys, remember you can sub to Dan's channel, links down below. And before we go, definitely let's check in with our man Stan. Always watching us, best producer in the biz, Brandon. I'd say,
Yeah,
doing a great job today, Stan. He was here in your absence while you had to go take a break there. But Dan, we'll switch over to StreamYards, and we'll do a little commercial for CG Vacation while you're gone. If you guys haven't yet, please check out CG Vacation, and we'll see you in a second. Peace.
Hey, it's the DIAZ brothers from DIAZ Comics, and we're back with our latest campaign, bringing together all the greatest artists and talent that CG has to offer. So take a look at
I'll take your What up, people? It's your boy, Mr. CG. Allow me to be your tour guide on the biggest, bounciest beach party book in CG history. CG Vacation! We got bodacious beach spots springing up from the biggest properties in indie comics. Baby, you don't need those guns when you got these guns, you know what I'm saying? Featuring art from the industry's heavy hitters, as well as the best new CG talent. I'm talking Dale Keown, Billy Tucci, Auntie Bear, Shaft and Jenny, Rennie Draws, and many more, rubbing ink on hot properties you love, like Pit, Sheep, First Net, Sovereign Wolf,
Cyber Frog,
Shanu, The Lucid, Downcast. I could go on and on. And I will. We got Andy Smith, Kelsey Shannon, PTP, Kaylee, Lil Presti, Monster MD, Rage Tully, Graveyard Shift. Yo, on CG Beach, we even got the weeds covered. Or, uncovered. It's gonna be more than 50 pages of pinup perfection, like Penumbra over here. Hey, Mamacita, I was just walking by, and I couldn't help but notice. Holy crap, what the hell is that? We're all gonna die! Why are you posing right now? So what are you waiting for? Take a little break and get away with all your faves. You know you deserve it. Back CG Vacation on Indiegogo today. Later, gang. We got Dahl, Robertson, Joe Ball, Sontag, Miriam Diaz, Lawless, Bancroft, Romero, McMahon, Dalton, Casanova. Just too many to mention, dude.
And we're back.
Yep.
So, Brand, before we bring Dan back in,
Yeah.
what happened? Can you tell the people why you were gone? Also, can you bring your mic closer?
I didn't
to
realize my mic was so far from my face here.
All
Yeah. So at the last second, the arcade called me down because
You're the man.
You know how like hotels used to have hotel detectives?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like the arcade detective.
All right.
And so they called me down because the police were there and the officer was looking for some security camera footage because there was a hit and run incident.
Oh no.
But it was the stupidest hit and run incident. And there was like one of the vehicles fled, obviously. And
vehicle on vehicle hit?
Yeah, it was a vehicle on vehicle, right?
All right.
So let me demonstrate what happened here in this situation. It was car driving down the road in the it's 2 lanes going in one direction, 2 lanes coming in the other direction. So right out in front of our business here, Car's in the right lane, gets to the intersection, decides that it wants to make a left.
Oof.
So immediately cuts over, doesn't fully get into that left lane, but like stops dead in the middle of both lanes in the intersection. And it's a side street intersection, so it's not a huge, traffic jam or anything like that. But guy just shooting down the road in the left lane, fender benders into him. The car that gets hit continues to make the left turn, goes down the side street, turns down an alley, basically disappears probably from the second car's perspective.
Yeah.
And then the second car was like, in my mind, probably was like, well, that guy just took off. Like, what am I supposed to do? And then he just kept driving down the road. But it turned out that the first car turned into a parking lot and was waiting there for him or something. It was the stupidest thing ever. So it was like, you're gonna get into some victim blaming here. It was totally that first car's fault that happened. So
you're asking, was it a woman driver?
I don't know. You couldn't tell, but it was two subcompact cars, and they bounced off each other like
probably on their
rubber
phone.
balls.
Henry Bemis says a good idea.
100%.
This story needs a full recreation using Hot Wheels.
Yeah, we'll have to do like the Tommy Boy, like the oh my god.
Yeah, Henry Bemis, our newest mod to the chat. I haven't been able to
awesome.
find Shant to mod him. So if he's still here,
Yeah,
write
we'll get
something,
him.
Shant. But we do have a $5 super chat from Angela Curry. Says, "Hey Diaz bros, it's great to see Dan on here. I enjoy Dan's art. Glad he's CG. Let's have a proper bonk."
Ooh. All right.
Proper bonk. Here you go. There we go. Thank you so much, Angela, for the super
You always
chat.
go back to the original. It's the best.
Yeah, everybody loves the original. All right.
Although more people should watch Courage the Cowardly Dog because it's so good.
It's a good show. Now, you weren't here for this, but I have a new music for bringing people on, guests. So welcome back to the show, Mr. Dan Lawless.
This doesn't work that well.
That's much better. There you go. Better layout. Dan, you're back.
Yeah, I'm big. Whoa.
Big. And more people could see you now.
That's a little scary.
Yeah. So you're back, man. So what did you want to remember? You had some stuff to talk about, maybe show some, because now you could share your screen, whatever you're working on. The title of the show is Drawing Babes with Dan Lawless. So let's get into it, I guess.
Hang on a second. Let's get this.
Begin.
Let's begin.
First, I think I got to show you this card I was talking about. They did make a card.
Yeah, let's see it.
Hang on, I got to resize it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Burnout. That was the name of the guy. I just thought of the name of the guy. Burnout and Fairchild.
Burnout.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat knew.
Oh, they knew Burnout.
And this is that color pencil.
Yeah.
You can see the texture when you get in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I prefer computer, because it's so nice. But I don't know, if you reduce it small enough, like this was printed on a trading card, it was great.
Yeah.
It looked super slick and nice.
Yeah, that looks great. That's so cool. Yeah, the colored pencil stuff. Like when we do our next book or next comic or whatever, I would love to have a colored pencil trading card or piece for it.
Yeah,
that would be so cool.
The traditional art just has like a roughness to it, and it gives like that inherent imperfection. Whereas like on the computer, you could make stuff perfect. So like when you're doing that traditional stuff, there's that like.
Hang on a second.
I think it looks better in many, many cases.
Yeah.
Because like if you don't draw something perfectly digitally, then it's like, well, why didn't you just fix it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Is that background the Uncanny Valley I heard about? Is that this background?
I just made it up. I have no idea what it is.
Question for Dan. from Sumo. How do you draw such hot babes?
Well, I'm going to try to show you some of the way I know how, because I studied the best. I thought Mark Silvestri had the best female figures at the time when I was in the business. And I really sat down and studied his figures. And I think I kind of picked up a few tips, and I use that now. And I think that helps. So that I'm going to show you what I learned from just studying that guy.
Awesome. Yeah, he's great. He's going to be in Chicago for the Fan Expo too. Next month. Coming up soon.
Yeah, I'm working on something for Graveyard Shift. Let me show you the I got a sketch that's okayed. I'll show you the rejected one though. This is the one that I'm not going to finish.
If Malin didn't hate us now, he's about to. Let's pull it up.
Oh, can you see it?
Yes, let me pull it up.
Here we go.
Hubba.
That could be anybody.
Yeah.
Who knows who that is?
Look at that. It's nondescript character looking sexy.
Why would he be upset? I'm talking about his character.
Well, you don't know John.
Yeah.
Like I know John.
But it isn't for a
great.
story. It isn't for. This is a pinup, and this is the rejected one. This is not going to be the figure you'll see.
Sexy.
It's too bad. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks great.
Hopefully the one he approved is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I don't know how it could.
I will not show that one, just in case.
Do not.
Well, we'll have to put a poll in the chat. We could have voted on them.
Let's see. Balleen Door says, "Just give women big boobs and done."
Yeah, that's the answer to how you draw the hot women.
Bancroft says, "Brandon, understand the philosophy behind the ginger root hand."
Was that about like perfecting the digital art?
Yeah, you can go over it. Now the ginger root hand.
I've seen the ginger root hand. It looks like a rake, but like it's all wrinkly and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. But he made it into a magnet. Rand says, "Why was this rejected? It looks dope."
There's a better composition. There's nothing wrong with the figure. It's just what we're going to go with is it has a stronger composition. There's a little more action in it. So
Sure,
it's fine. It's a fine drawing. It wasn't rejected that far. It's just like it's storytelling and it's communication. So
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. If John doesn't like something, it's definitely against pinups. Like he likes that like action happening.
Yeah, he wants that motion and stuff.
Yeah. This is a pinup.
Malin hates showing off stuff and push-ups, which is true. Can confirm.
Yes. Double confirm.
We got Pablo Romero in the chat, who's another guy that's done some awesome pinups for us for CG Vacation. He's on the covers to Magic Hop 1 and 2, and just amazing. He keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, he's venturing into the painted world.
Yeah, doing a lot of painting stuff. So definitely check him out. But yeah, Dan, let's see what else we got. What are we going to go for about another
20 minutes,
25 minutes? Then we got to get dinner and then go on to our other show with Joe Sontag and Sean Arendt. And I wanted to show off something here. Let's see what we got over here. Some of the stuff you did for us. So this was for CG Vacation, part of a piece that we haven't shown off fully. If I could share my screen here. Boosh, look at her. And that's the thing too. What is the kind of idea or philosophy behind female faces? Because I think that is something that's people struggle with, especially newer artists and comic creators. Any advice on female faces?
Just, my gosh, learn the structure of the face. You have to memorize it and draw it a million times, you know? It's, but pay attention to things like your the negative space in the eyes, the whites of the eyes. Study the shape of the eyes that you like. Study the thickness of the eyelash. Those things matter, and the the eyelid and stuff, all that stuff in relation to each other. When you have the eyeball, what kind of a look do you get when where that eyelash is hitting usually goes right just over the what's the iris, the black part of the eye you call it? I forget. The pupil. Yeah. You find out where that hits and where it hits on the ball of the eye. When the eye, all that stuff is memorization, study. It's like studying for an exam. You look at it, you copy it, you learn it, and eventually you got it. So
yeah.
Makeup application, is that important?
Of sorts. Yeah. I mean, these it's like theater. This girl has theater makeup on. She's got super heavy makeup on, eyelash makeup, but that's part of the look. When you're drawing something comic wise, you're not drawing exact reality. You're drawing as almost like a black and white dropped out a high contrast image. So things, dark things get darker, light things get lighter, and the contrast is higher. So it will thicken up certain areas like eyelashes.
Right.
Noses, don't make them prominent. Make them if you can, as little as possible. In this case, she hardly has any indication because she's made out of lava, and I wanted it. There's no real light source but her. Right. So we're just talking on here about eyes, nose, and mouth because that's really you're not going to see any shading because she's lit.
But you don't want her to have a face like The Question, right? Or just
Well, you have a lot of people. They'll draw women's faces and they'll put like, the wrinkles here under the cheek or like the crease, right? Not the wrinkles, but then you start making them look older and more haggard.
Yeah, watch the wrinkles. That's it's the opposite for men. Masculine. Leather. Kind of craggy and kind of.
People are saying she's staring into their soul. Dan, beautiful though. That's so cool. Is there anything else you wanted to share?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Did you have that? You said you found that X-Men Unlimited Jean Grey shot or something?
It was. Let me see who's on it. It might be Jean. Give me a second. I know the reason I pulled up is because Gambit was on it because I'm a big mark for Gambit. Oh yeah, this is probably. Let's see here. Is that Jean?
Yep.
Jean and Gambit. Look at that. When was this? There's no date on it, but this is X-Men Unlimited 8, page 16. You got that kick-ass jawline for Gambit.
There's your jawline.
Yeah, that's so cool. The great hands too. Blowing up a door with his cards. Kirby Crackle.
Thanks.
Yeah, this is great. So cool.
I actually recolored that image, and I think I put it on Instagram because I use my Instagram as my portfolio.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of people do. It's a great place.
It's just because nobody really looks at it a whole lot or something. I'm not getting a lot of traffic from it, but so I just thought, well, it's a great. You can flip right through it real quick and see stuff. A good wide variety of my work, real fast. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, let's see here. Sumo dropped a link to your comic art fans, I think. Gallery. Oh wow, look at this. Yeah, this is great. Let me see if I can pop this out. This looks like a double spread. Look at that. Now, that's some Jean. And I really like too this texture you put on her shirt.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Really cool. And you're probably not seeing this right now, but yeah, Gambit's lighting up a cigarette, which you couldn't have anymore, right? No smoking.
Oh, is that it? Cigarette's gone? Okay.
Yeah, they took him out. I think it was on one of Frega's Wolverine issues. They took out his cigar, maybe a cigarette.
That's lame.
Edited it out, so there's no.
Yeah, you can. I did a recolor of this particular, not this page, but the other page you were looking at. You can share my screen, and there's the.
There you go. Look at that.
The way that's on the left of the way it was printed, and the way I would have done it today if I had the access to the computer and everything.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah, they both look
awesome. You can see
though.
Definitely see the difference. And here's Jean Grey's face there and there.
Mm-hmm.
So the computer is an enhancement,
Yeah, the way you color is very painterly, right? It kind of like when I'm looking at your art, it's almost dreamlike. You know, it kind of has this aura to it, the way you're doing your digital colors, which is very unique to your style. I really dig that. Look at that. That's so good, dude. Wow. Now, did you color your Two-Fisted Manly Tales story as well?
Yeah.
Wow, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. You know, some pages are better than others. You guys have seen the first page of that, right? That was the one that got around a lot.
Yeah, he was showing that off. That
was one of the first things that
still on demand. People could go pick that up still. Quesada banned smoking in Marvel Comics, and now he's gone.
Bring it back. Everybody smokes now.
Yeah, we try to make it everybody in our comics smoke, especially the children.
Yeah, here's the Two-Fisted Manly Tale first page.
Yeah, zoom in on that truck up there. See what's going on up there. If you could. Wow, look at that. All the great comic logos. Some Lost pages over there.
Got First Man, that Star Wars Girl, Earthbound, Thin Blue Line, Kozar, Cyberfrog, Lost Pages, Black Flag, and Shanu. And on this car, over here, we got Nosfero, Replicator, Gemshock, and what's Voss's
Black Terror.
Black Terror.
Mm-hmm.
I asked people for logos, and if they sent them, I put them on here.
Yeah, so cool.
So there's Lost Pages. Cool.
Yeah, awesome, dude. Oh, we do have a new super chat from Nail Bunny. $5. Gambit is always so hot. He knows how to, treat the ladies right.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Got that Cajun charm.
Yeah, he's a charmer. All right, and of course we need to do a new bomb. Tacos. So Dan, we're running low on time. What we figured we'd break the fourth wall a little bit here. Brandon is gonna live on stream order some tacos for us, and
the chat's gonna love it.
The chat will, I think the chat will appreciate it. Getting some tacos. And while he's dialing that number, did you get to see this this piece here?
Yeah, we showed that.
Yeah, this is awesome. Love, like I said, love the texture here on the shirt. That's so good. I'm gonna have to hunt this book down because this looks really cool. I'm a huge Gambit fan too. What about when did that come out? Do you remember?
I think I can actually tell you this is one of the books I have in my history.
Oh, nice. All right,
1995.
What do you want to eat?
I want
X-Men Unlimited, Volume 1, Issue 8, it looks like. 1995.
Turn down my mic.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to turn down Brandon's mic a little bit.
But remember, folks, I don't get any money from that when you guys buy these books. So,
hey, can I place a carryout order, please?
I was talking about the other day. I got a big book of Cloak and Dagger and stuff, and my stuff's in it. It's like they send these books like, we're reprinting this, and we're going to make some money off it, but we're not going to give you any. We're just going to give you this book.
Yeah, that's what happens.
It's like, all right, don't even send me the book then. I don't even want it.
That's why we need you to do your own book.
Yeah.
All right, 1 second here.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
Well done.
Got a super chat from Sumo Authority, $10. Thank you so much. What nights does the bartender work at Hiram's Tavern? I need need to find a new hangout.
No, thank you.
There you go. That's you have to ask Graham Nolan, or no, was it Mike Barron? Right? You have to ask
Mike Barron's the writer. Those guys get into detail. I just draw it.
The green.
Yeah, the green. So Brandon's ordering these tacos. Howl Comics says extra cheese, no seed oils, por favor. No, I got a fajita tacos, no cheese. No cheese. And you sometimes you can't avoid the seed oils. Is that right,
They're
Bren?
hard to avoid, but and sometimes a lot of your cheeses, like American cheese, is effectively all seed oil.
It's all made of seed oil, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so you try to avoid that. You try
Dan,
to eat
how's
the
your
real
seed
cheese.
oil intake?
I don't think I have a whole lot of it.
Oh,
I eat pretty well.
That's good.
I think.
that's good to hear.
Yeah, you want to limit that.
Now,
as
is
much
seed oil canola oil?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah, canola is like one of the worst ones.
yeah. Well, I mean, I make popcorn with canola oil, so I don't know.
Oh, so you switch to
I'm
coconut
sorry.
oil. It's great. It's
Switch to what?
just as easy. Coconut oil.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's good. You
But
keep it in the
I thought
refrigerator.
The canola oil it doesn't burn as much as at high temperatures, does it? Or
Yeah, that's the only real benefit to using some of the seed oils, that they have like real high temperature resistance. But
Yeah.
you can, like avocado oil and coconut oil have a high temperature resistance as well.
okay. Well,
You know,
I
like
think
you're
we
gonna-
bought it once. I haven't used it in a while, but yeah.
Aren't coconuts a seed though?
I mean, yeah, but the composition and how you extract the oil from them is the important part, right? So like, there's a lot of factors. We're not gonna waste this time
Bacon
talking
grease.
about that. We'll do that on next.
That's right.
another
We do
one.
owe a bonk to the last person who chatted. Awesome. Well,
That's the one
before
I
we
didn't
get out of
see,
here-
right?
That's right.
All right, that looks good.
That
I
was
like
one
it.
of them.
I like it.
There's another one though. I thought they were a fruit. Coconuts. Who knows what coconuts are? Let me pull up before we get out of here the stretch goal for the Lost Pages.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, what's this book called? CG
CG
Vacation.
Vacation.
CG Vacation. It is a postcard that everybody that backs is going to be getting.
Mhm.
And Brannon.
And if you're the first of the 100 domestic backers, you send those out early, so you get a little taste of the campaign before all the books get shipped out.
So this unlocks at 20K, which we're creeping up on.
Oh.
I haven't checked if we got any backers.
Yeah, we're getting there
right now, but I
Getting
think
there
we're
close.
around 19,300. So we're creeping up on it. Now this will be the postcard and kind of a little advertisement for CG Vacade. Keeps you cool when they're hot.
Yeah,
Look at
so
that.
this is some pieces I drew the Bikini Babes a couple weeks ago, and then just thought like, yeah, we'll throw this together compositionally. So everything's traditionally done separately, and then we just threw it together in Photoshop, and yeah, I think it turned out awesome.
Yeah, you kind of.
This is going to be a
almost
fun
like-
book.
For
Yeah.
sure, man. This is kind of like you're saying, drawn on traditional different layers, right? That you piece together.
So I have like the girls just on one drawing
yeah.
here. So that's traditionally done.
Copic
And
markers.
I have here's the bottle.
Yeah, that's
That's
cool.
that. And let's see what else we got here.
You did a Mr. CG,
The Mr. CG is at home.
and that was on like a it's kind of like a sketch card size.
Yeah,
Mr.
that's a
CG
sketch
there.
card where he's just pointing at
Hey,
nothing.
hey, Phil, did you
Then I
say
even
you guys
did,
are
like-
taking off or?
Yeah, in
we'll
a
do that.
little while, about
Take
10
off a
minutes.
second.
Okay.
then,
Well,
I got,
you
like,
know,
the water
you want
here.
me to draw something real quick?
Yeah, let's hit
Sure.
that.
Because I think everyone would be pretty mad if you said that.
For sure.
Dan's
Yeah,
gonna
Corey
draw
Barton's
something,
raging.
and then they
Corey's
didn't
raging
draw
in the chat
anything.
here.
Usually the streams are like
Yeah,
hour and a
longer.
half or 2 hours.
But we have that.
crunch.
We
crunch
wanted to
time
get
here.
some food before we go on our next stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, get to drawn. Yeah, so everybody, this is you're getting this for free once we hit 20K. So definitely spread the word. If you guys haven't backed, do so. If you didn't get a towel, you can still get one in the update section if you want one and you already backed. But yeah, that's the first time showing that off. So spread it around. All right, we're located on your tablet there.
Okay. Now, when I
Ryan,
don't know if you guys ever seen me draw figures before, but I will often do the the sort of the almost the spine first in the movement,
Oh, really? Cool.
just to get an understanding. But so when I do stick figures, like
Past Master Jen says her back was staring at me. I think that's the butt on that girl that you drew, Brandon.
Oh.
Now here's the thing is, of course, I do these all day long. Just quick sketches, stuff to get a movement of a figure or something.
Yeah.
The major thing though about female figures, and this is what I learned from doing Sylvester, when you do this sort of the upper part, the rib cage thing,
mm-hmm.
how to get to between this and the lower section, you kind of draw almost like a little cylinder here, and then the back, the butt coming out the back way there. So it's almost like from the side, you're drawing this and that. This kind of goes into that. So
Kinda
that's
like
where your
looks like an egg to me.
This is her shoulder.
Yeah, for sure.
But the trick is this waist part, always kind of having that. You don't really add the boobs till later, frankly. You want to build that rib cage and frame here to here, but this part here is almost like, as if you're doing this, and it's a cylinder.
Yeah, like whole cylinder.
And your rest of it kind of comes in the back, So it's always what you're really trying to get there is that back arch curve. That's the central part of the woman. Kind of that's what gives it that flowing movement. So whether it's from the back, and if from the back, you're drawing some girl from the back, it's sort of the same thing. You've got the back part in front, so you always get that arch.
So never start with the breasts and draw out.
Pretty much, pretty much. That's what I'm saying is like it's much more what do you say when it's just logical construction?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I like kind of seeing this because you can see, like you said, the construction of things. People not too often get to see this stuff. We have another super chat from the Howl Comics. What's up, Alan? For $3, he says, Babe us Dan, Tex Avery bonk, please. Oh, do we still have the Tex Avery bonk? We do. Here we go. Tex Avery bonk. There you go. Thank you for that super chat. Now I want your opinion on this. This was said recently to me by a wise man named Mr. Biggins. He says, it's most importantly a good waist to butt ratio. In humans, anything below 70% is considered excellent. Below 63 is most unheard of. Comic characters should be below 63%. This, and then he goes on to talk about the character that Graham drew in his new promo for his next book. Said it's an exquisite piece with a character of 48%.
He's talking about the ratio to waist to hips,
waist to butt. He says, yeah, waist to butt. Says
I wouldn't bother too much with measurements. I would just practice it.
He's a man of science, though. Somewhat of a scientist himself.
He probably has the bell curve.
Yeah.
The hotness scale.
Now, Pablo was saying, he says, what if you start with the butt? I think you got to start with the spine.
No, I always start with the butt.
You start with the butt and you end with the butt.
Yeah, then I
just draw
come back. Well, sometimes you start with the butt, draw the rest of the figure, and then go back and edit the butt to fit the rest of the drawing.
Well, actually, I wouldn't because let's take this figure here. Now, because I started with her sort of her upper torso here in this section here. Now I can really twist this. I can do it. I can finish it any way I want.
Mm-hmm.
From this angle, maybe she's going to come out like this. There's a lot to that. Once you've got your curvatures down, you can kind of finish it. it sort of finishes itself in a little ways, you know.
I'm sure with everything, it just comes with practice. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I've been doing this for a really long time.
You not fear the man who has drawn 10,000 things once. Fear the man who has drawn one thing 10,000 times.
Is it Socrates? Yeah. I don't fear anyone that's drawn anything. It's not really an
What if you
imposing
got
aspect.
drawn and quartered? You know,
Yeah.
they're telling you like, oh, we're gonna draw and quarter you. Would you be afraid?
That's true. I would be afraid.
So you can see I did several poses right out of that one upper torso part.
Yeah, this kind of same aspect of that torso.
And then actually sometimes for me it's a bit of a like I'm not really sure where to put the boobs to tell you the truth. Like, but you know, you kind of figured, okay, here we go. Boobs are I think Ethan said it once, they're very mysterious. I don't know. They're a peculiar, they shape and they turn and they move and rather mysterious things. And not that always easy to get quite right.
See, there's some advice from the chat. It says start with the butt in a Mobius loop. And then I don't know what the hell he was saying.
It just says the same thing back.
Oh.
Awesome.
Too big
Anyways,
brain
I
for
think
me
that's
now.
it. Any questions about the way I kind of approach things? It's like, you know, that sort of spine area, and you it's almost like the best way we describe it is like sort of the spine around chest area cavity, and this sort of flows into the rest of it. So you want that S curve, you know.
Yeah, it seems like the gesture is really important.
Very important.
To, making these poses.
Yeah, and then on top of that, so much of it is in the head positioning too. When you know, so much attitude, you know, can be shown with this. She's got to look there, and then I move that head up, looking up. It's a completely different pose, you know.
Oh, for sure.
So once you got your figure down, the neck and head pose is huge to expressing a character's feelings and stuff, you know.
Yeah, for sure. This is a good question too, maybe for another stream. How do we draw feminine yet strong abs? Anything really quick advice on that?
You don't really draw abs that much with it, you know. I mean, they're kind of not there.
Like even She-Hulk, right? You don't see a lot of She-Hulk like that.
Well, abs. You know, I mean, it's almost your personal preference too. You some people like the bodybuilder type, the really fit thing, and then the same other people like that. You know, there's just I don't really prefer to draw the muscles on the women on stomachs and stuff, but I don't know, just keep them real subtle. You know, don't make them gnarly and you know and angled and tough. You know, necessarily.
Yeah.
Because it takes away from the femininity, you know. It's all about being super this or super that. You want wherever you want to go, you want to push in that direction to the maximum degree possible.
So you sent me this earlier, which is perfect kind of example.
Yeah, exactly.
So even though She-Hulk's super strong, you know, she's got some definition in her arms, doesn't really have those crazy abs.
Yeah, she's not even like Guadalupe down there with her legs or anything.
And the funny thing, the Art Adams one on the left, you wouldn't say that's a wimpy girl. You know, that's a strong woman.
No,
you know,
yeah, right.
And so it's like now they can't do this anymore. It's so sad. And like I was saying to you, Phil, like Marvel isn't Marvel anymore. It's gone. And we are the new Marvel. You know, we can do, if we can do something more on the left. We're free to do that, and they are not. And I don't know what's happened, but they've just sunk their ship. Like no, this whatever this is Hulk thing here is ridiculous. Who's going to buy this? Who are they marketing to? You know, nobody.
I know. Yeah. Well, I think that's a perfect place to get out of here. Leave off, as they say. Dan, thanks for coming on, man. Talking about everything, doing some gesture drawings for us, showing us how to make those babes.
Anytime, guys.
For sure, man. Yeah, I think everybody's really excited to see what you're doing in the future. I know you got a character in the works, and I'm sure there's going to be some babes in there in the book that you're doing for yourself. That's going to be awesome. So everybody follow his channel, follow him on Instagram and Twitter. Just look up Dan Lawless. You'll find him everywhere. And be sure to grab your copy of CG Vacation, because he's got some pieces in there that are outstanding. Some of the best.
Yeah, for sure.
Babiest babes out there. And I'll drop that link again in the chat here. And you guys, we are going to be on the Otten Stuff channel with Joe and Sean in about 20 minutes, probably eating tacos while we're on there.
That'll look good.
And so definitely go over there and give them a sub, and we'll be talking more about this awesome stuff we're doing. But until then, we'll see you guys. We'll see you at 8 o'clock our time, 9 o'clock your time.
20 minutes.
All right.
Ish.
Bye, everybody.
See you, buddy.
See ya.
See ya.
CG.